GloryDaze, the best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With Apple Green, brightening your day. Now, bringing over 400 M&S food favourites to make every stop tastier.
Right now, none of you're messing around, right?
Right, yeah.
Because we're in a hurry.
Good, yeah. I like it when we're in a hurry. You know what I mean?
Oh, we're very busy week this week, haven't we?
Well, you did. You did. Well, I wasn't.
No, I mean us in general. You know, we've got loads to get done and stuff and all this. You know, with the airport.
That's
thing
because you fucking disappeared for half the week. You know?
I disappeared.
You disappeared, yeah, didn't you? You're off swanning around the place.
What?
Giving yourself a massage on the feet.
A man can't take a holiday once, a well-earned break, a well-deserved break.
Well, no, you can't. No, it's not well-deserved. Off disappearing on yourself all the way down there. Right. And then coming back up here and then all there's extra workload and everything. And now we have to go to the airport tomorrow. And where are we going to the airport tomorrow? Absolutely no. We're going into the airport and then we have to go home.
What, so just a matter of interest, where was the extra workload for you in the scheme of things there, just when you said that?
Why are you out of your mind? Flat out.
Flat out, right?
Oh, flat out, yeah. Do you know how hard it is to talk to people that aren't you?
Oh, this is what it is?
Yeah.
I think what you mean by that is do you know how hard it is to get people to listen to you?
Yes.
Is that what you mean?
Yes, it is. Extra workload.
Wow, it's a lot to ask. To ask. And you're still not in the fullness of your health.
No, I'm sick as a dog. I'm sick as a dog. I think weeks, it's months.
I think what's happened here is mocking is catching. I think all of that looking forward to my funeral that you went on about for so long.
Yeah.
I think, it might be somebody else who goes first,
That'd be terrible, wouldn't it? After all the planning I put in, there's again more workload. All the planning I put into Jim's funeral, because God forbid. I mean, it's so obvious he should be the one to go first. And then you think, if it was me, then what an unjust thing to happen. Wow. You know, that would be, yeah. I mean, Jim wouldn't be given a half.
I'd have to hog all the limelight for the first time ever. I'd have to be the one saying all of those things about, how devastated I am that an old pal of mine is no more.
Don't you dare say an old pal. That's exactly what you do as well. Oh, well, he'd be there. Well.
I guess we all knew it was on the cards.
Well. So goodbye, old friend. My old buddy, old pal.
Yeah.
Look at you there looking so at peace. You never looked quiet. This is as quiet as he's ever been, the bastard, isn't it? You'd be going...
Actually, that's the one thing I should get you to do, actually. I should probably get you to write me a few gags before you do pop your clogs, just to make sure.
For my own funeral?
Yeah. I mean, I'll have a few of my own, obviously, but just to be honest, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be a shame. Some of your old ones, the ones you're still using.
Oh, Georgie. Oh. Yeah, that side of thing. That's what you'd be doing.
I'll be saying that, I'll be saying, look at, to the congregation, I'll be saying, look at, I knew PJ a long time. I tell you how long I knew PJ. I knew him back when he was funny and all.
Now he's dead. And he's as funny now as he was for the last 10 years.
Oh, man.
Yeah. You're having a crack up. You get it, yeah. Knowing you bollocks, you'd win an award for best funeral speech of the year. And I still wouldn't have had one.
That would be amazing, wouldn't it? Imagine if there was funeral awards.
That'd be brilliant.
And
there should be.
For the best casket goes to...
That should be. The best use of a hat at a funeral, it goes to Mary O'Brien.
Imagine that.
For the black feathers.
Fashion awards.
That would be fantastic. There should be funeral awards.
The best funeral bouquet goes to...
That is amazing. And the best, what's that they call it? The best party lads carrying people on their shoulders. Award of the year.
What's it? Pallbearers, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Yes,
yeah. The best party of lads carrying lads on their shoulders. Fucking hell. That could be a football match or anything. Or a concert.
Yeah, pallbearers.
Crowds. You make it sound like it's crowd surfing. They should do that. They should crowd surf a coffin.
The coffin around the church.
From the back of the church to the front.
Yeah.
Pass them up.
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. You know, all that, yeah. It's Granny's last crowd surf. Go for it, go.
Amazing. Funeral awards. And I tell you something.
That's a great idea.
Just in case that it's out there and I don't know about it, I just want to let you know I'm very cheap. I'm available to present those, to host those.
Oh, you'd be brilliant
The
at it.
funeral awards.
You'd be brilliant at it.
That'd be great. Imagine being asked to do that.
You'd be so good.
Jim, they want you to host a very prestigious award ceremony. Oh my God, no way. What is it? Is the IFTAs or something, is it? Or it's hardly the Emmys or the Golden Globes or the Oscars. No, it's the funeral awards.
No way, yeah. It's a big one this year. Father Matthew's getting the lifetime appreciation.
Imagine that.
Yeah. You know,
like the priests and all up for grabs for best kind of.
And for his contribution
eulogy.
to eulogies over the years, this one goes to Father Matthew and his speech of, sure, isn't the body only a suit you use while you're alive, much like a scuba suit is a suit you use while you're in the water.
That's magnificent.
You know, it would be amazing, the funeral
We
awards.
need to
I
get
would
these
definitely,
things going.
I'd go to them. I'd buy a ticket for them.
Because you could get stuff sponsored and everything. Do you know what I mean?
And then, of course,
so many categories. It'd be catering.
Yeah,
flowers,
snacks, soup and sandwiches,
caskets,
best soup and sandwiches of the year.
Yeah, best funeral soup.
Yeah,
I mean that'd be a hotly contested category.
Wouldn't it? That'd be the hardest
funeral
one.
soup would be a hard one to win.
And the nominees are and it'd be pubs and all, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
The Beachcomber in Killist for their carrot and parsnip.
Done for Seamus Ennis when he passed in 2025.
And all the L ones who went to all the funerals, I was at that. That was
very good. Yeah.
That was a dead powerful soup. Powerful soup.
Because there would have to be a public vote on some of them.
Yeah.
And the soup would be best funeral soup would probably have to be by public vote.
Oh yeah, you would have. Oh yeah, that'd be the one you'd be voting through the year. Yeah, they'd be all campaigning and all. Suspicious activity on the voting lines and everything.
Canvassing going on.
As soon as the pension gets paid out, all of a sudden there's a whole load of them all voting together around the same time.
That'd be mad, wouldn't it? People with leaflets standing outside, when people are outside post offices, when people are collecting. Now listen, I'll do you a good deal when you do go yourself. Give us an L vote there for best funeral soup.
You've probably only got 1 or 2 years left. I'm going to look after you for free, right? I'm going to look after you for free.
I'll throw in a pillow.
I'm going to throw in a club sandwich and a whole load of egg, right?
Tell you,
sandwiches.
Just make sure you vote there. It's on the end.
Scan.
Have you got the internet? Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Does your son have a phone? Ask him to do that for you twice. Tell him I look after him when you're gone.
That'd be magnificent.
Yeah, I know, there is something very good about it, isn't there? There really is.
I think so. And I think there's sponsorship opportunities and everything. And it could revitalise the whole kind of thing,
Even the cars and all, They pull up and the nominees get out and pulling up in the family hearse, And here he is, Yeah,
you could have novelties and all. Novelty cars.
Imagine.
Yeah.
That's a good... Yeah, God, some people do those things.
And processions,
Yeah.
Best crying. Best wailing.
Or
wailing.
Best wailing of an L one. Best wailing of an L one, 2026.
For the third year in a row.
For the third year in a row, the interruptions of Rita O'Dowd.
Yeah.
Every time the priest opens his mouth, and we're gathered here to just to celebrate the life of Yeah, it's great because unlike funerals, we've always said, I will always say, funerals are better fun than weddings. They are.
Yeah,
they just are.
Providing you're basically not in the box or not very closely connected with somebody in the box, then generally speaking, it's a good day.
I don't know. I've been fairly well connected to people in the box, and it was still better than their weddings. People, it is really a full celebration of the person. It really is a genuine, full, and absolute celebration of the person. That's what I love about a funeral. Whereas a wedding is, like that. You never really know if it's...
Plus, a funeral, at least it's all about you. You don't have to share it with another person.
Exactly,
it's not about your other half and all.
Yeah, and
especially as a bloke, because let's face it, in a wedding scenario, generally speaking, it's the bride.
You're number two.
Yeah.
You're number two.
You're second, very much second. In fact, depending on who the bridesmaids are, you could be even further down the list.
You could be number 6 or 7.
And the bride's mother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All of that has to happen.
You're barely making the top 10.
Barely making the top 10
in
if you're the groom.
Yeah. Oh, you're like, what do I have to do around here to get attention? Die. Yep. That is what you have to do.
And keep that suit on you. You look well in it.
And you look that's a cracker of a thing, yeah.
Exactly. That's the secret.
Yeah, so I don't know, but how do we
should put ourselves forward. We should, as hosts of our maybe we should create. By the way, if we find out that there does exist funeral awards.
Did you know something? I bet you there's an industry award. I bet you there is.
Because let's face it, we were joking about, and I shouldn't be joking about the poor man, but remember, James Whale famously made the comments about, while he was presenting the National Curry Awards.
And he had just found out not too recently before that, or not too, it was recently before, that he wasn't well, that he was going to have a battle with cancer.
Yeah.
And he was doing the Curry Awards, and they were just, and the award for best spice bag was this, that,
Yeah, because it is the Curry Awards.
But the guy, whatever, he had a moment on stage, and he starts going, I hope you're all enjoying yourselves, because I'm going to be dead soon.
That's what he said. I won't be here next year.
I won't be here this time next year. So I hope you enjoy your night.
And very sad and all. But it's the Curry Awards.
Yeah, you're like, we were just all here to have a bit of crack talk with chips and all.
Yeah. I was literally going to talk about a fantastic Rogan Josh I had.
Y'all having a good night, are you? Yeah, everyone having a good night. Thanks for having me being your host, considering I'm going to be the only one that's dead next year. He starts giving it all that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I understand. He obviously had a terrible moment, but and then someone fought.
But that's what I'm saying. You see, with the funeral awards,
I know.
Literally, the world's your oyster. You could do anything with it. There's so many aspects to it.
There is, start to finish, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a big night out, yeah. Funeral bands then. That'd become a thing then.
Funeral bands?
I want to start a funeral band.
There's
loads of wedding bands. There's no funeral band. I'd love to be in a funeral band.
Because there is, generally speaking, you entertain yourself at the
yeah, you wander around, and then
once you've had your funeral soup,
I think you need a funeral
and
band.
a few pints or whatever.
You play the favourite, a few hits related to the person.
Yeah.
When the soup and sandwiches
in the church where they do the kind of like.
Other than that, which is P-A-Yezu.
Yeah.
What does P-A-Yezu even mean? We are your ways, all that, and that's very morose.
You're right. You should be able to go back and bang out the deceased's favourite hits.
Yeah, I definitely. Like your funeral will be great. Now I'm gonna have a great band in, and we'll do all. We'll be all like. What
are you going to do? Your Eddie Mercury and the
Neddy Mercury and the Queen. I'll get Neddy Mercury and the Queen in to be the band. For your funeral,
Excellent.
And Jim, a song that Jim would have identified to very much in his life. Under pressure, squishing down on me, squishing me into the ground. No man, that's for. Get up there with that. That'd be me singing it. Under pressure, woo.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
It's the pressure.
I don't particularly look forward to it at all. If there's no point in me looking forward to it, I won't get to appreciate it.
Although,
again, unless I choose to believe in an afterlife, in which case I'll be watching you every step of the way.
Yeah.
And hopefully I can do the ghosty thing.
That'd be just your luck.
Haunting you that'd be very entertaining.
That'd be just our luck.
You wouldn't even notice though if I was haunting you.
I wouldn't care. I'd be the only person. You know the way as they say, ghosts, they get a chance after they die, and if they don't take that window immediately to follow the light,
all right,
then they don't know when the light will come again.
All right,
might be 2 days, might be 200 years.
Wow,
you don't know, and you have to wait till they get back, and that's why the ghosts are haunting around the place and everything. And you'd be left haunting me, and you'd be the only ghost. People say, "Why is the ghost watching me?" And I'd be there going, "No, you're there, Jim. I'm gonna take off my trousers now, and it's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna hurt me."
Yeah. I'd be the only ghost.
You'd be there going,
I can't believe this.
You're like,
I don't know how long I have to do to hang around here in purgatory, and now I have to. I thought it was bad enough in life. Now I've got to listen to him in death.
And it's not. This isn't even purgatory. Like this is you just haven't gone anywhere yet. You'd be like, I wish they just sent me to hell altogether. I'd be better off down there than having to haunt this Aegis house.
He still keeps asking me how he turns the telly on and off.
Jim, do you know how to do that? Jim.
My Wi-Fi is not working.
Jim. Jim, is that movie on Netflix? Flash the lights once for yes. And flash them twice for no.
Yeah. And listen, will you hoover down the stairs when you get a chance?
Yeah, Jim. He's not answering me. Will someone get the Jimmy board and we can do him on the thing. Instead of the Ouija board, we'll be there doing the Jimmy board. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The only one every time. Jim, are you there? Yes. Jim, why? Fuck off. Oh. Jim's not in the mood today.
Right, that's sorted. Right, so we're going to do the funeral awards. You're going to launch a funeral band.
Yeah.
And I'm going to haunt you.
It seems I might be in the box quicker than I thought.
I was just going to say this is shaping up nicely. I'm glad we had this conversation.
Oh my God.
Because I mean, to be honest with you, he may not make it to the next podcast.
Might not. Oh my God! If the next podcast is actually a live feed from the funeral, and Jim's there having a laugh.
Now you're talking. That live podcast that we spoke about doing so many times and we've never gotten around to it.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
It might be a live podcast.
Imagine that.
Except it'd be just me and you in the box. Do you know something? You'd still manage to get a word in. You'd be one of those bodies that makes weird noises after they go.
Letting out gas and all.
Yeah,
exactly. One of them out, you know.
I'd be in the middle of a sentence and you'd let one go.
Some fella go, is he farting? He's dead. Yeah, happens sometimes. 4 Undertakers going, first time I've ever seen it. I've 60 years in the business. And that dead fart bastard's after letting another one out. He's after letting them out all. He's had 4 out last night. Yeah. Imagine, that's what I want you to write. That's what I want you to say. There he goes now. The dead farting bastard. My friend, PJ. Rest in peace, you old bastard, you. There he goes again.
GloryDaze, the best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim.
With Apple Green, helping you enjoy a better journey. Now offering hundreds of M&S food favourites on the go.
Radio Nova.
There are a number of musical genres, right?
There are, yeah. And some of which you'll never hear here because it is actually seriously addictive music.
Well, no, but in fairness, even we would acknowledge there's a range of musical genres that, wouldn't be our thing. But nonetheless have their merits. Like, you can't slag off kind of classical music as such.
Well, you can.
Well, you can.
Yeah.
Of course you can.
Some of that's brutal as well.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
And there's other stuff that might appeal to people that maybe, wouldn't be our bag. Remember that song that we kind of, that we didn't even know existed, and it turns out it was one of the most downloaded songs on Spotify ever. It was a country music thing or something, was it?
Yeah. And then there was the one that wasn't even written by a person and all.
The AI one, yeah.
Which was number 2 in the charts.
But one of the musical genres that, in fairness, is generally highly respected.
It is not. It's crap.
Among other musicians, it's kind of often regarded as the musician's kind of music, because it's got that sort of freewheeling style.
Jazz. It's International Jazz Day today, where we're supposed to come together and celebrate all things jazzy. And honestly, jazz has an image problem. I'll tell you that much now, straight off from the bat.
Right.
Jazz has an image problem, okay?
Yeah.
The simple fact that you say there's all kinds of music genres, the fact that jazz has split into its other genres as well. I got buttery jazz, and I got smooth jazz, and I got jiggy jazz, and I got, happy jazz, and I got, and all of it is just
I didn't even know all those things existed.
Well, okay, I don't know if all of them do. But the whole point is that they do break off, right? Today is Jazz Day.
Right.
Today's Jazz Day. And jazz admits it has an image problem. It does, it admits it. And it's like trying to address that as well. Like, trying to make it to... Because we like... Here's the weird thing about people, right? We like stuff that sounds like music. So if you like a song, you like it to have, an intro, but maybe a chorus. Whereas jazz is like throws it to wind.
There's a little bit of jazz that's meant to be like the cool jazz, like those kind of, downstairs kind of places where, cool people hang out, those intimate kind of jazz clubs.
Yeah, and it just sounds like a bloke is like, I could play the saxophone, like saying, but I'm just going to make weird random sounds into it instead.
I'm trying to think of
awful stuff.
Great jazz names.
Well, I have some here.
Okay.
Yeah, there's actually a list of jazz artists
the great jazz names, like
well, some of them. You tell me if you think these are even real. Sir Spud, the Pooper Scooper Thompson. I mean, who wouldn't want to go to that gig, right?
Wow. Do I have to guess whether these are real or not?
That is real. I'm not even giving you the fake ones. There is a game. Do you want to play the game?
No. If that's the real, I don't think I'd bother even hearing the fake.
Well, what if you
That's a real jazz musician.
Pooper Scooper Thompson, what if he was supported by Cow Davenport, the pioneering boogie-woogie pianist?
That's not jazz.
That's what he calls himself. Yeah.
That ain't jazz.
And there's Gatemouth Clarence Brown. Used to be called Alligator Mouth, then you're called Gator Mouth, and then you just settled on Gate Mouth.
Yeah. Now, Desmond, as you just pointed out, Miles Davis, for example, that's a classic. That's a really kind of famous sort of jazz name of the past, isn't it? Miles Davis.
Accessible jazz, is it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's accessible. I don't know what they do. But anyway, in fairness, not as much as, like somebody else Lee texted in Bleeding Gums Murphy. That's
not real. That's not real. And it's also not even as crazy as some of these ones. Fat Girl Navarro, who is a man.
Wow.
And he's known as Fat Girl because he's a bop trumpeter. I don't know what any of this means.
A bop trumpeter?
I don't know how you. And then there's Clean Head Eddie Vincent.
Hey.
Barrel House Benny. Barrel House Benny's like Professor Longhair, a New Orleans pianist. Jelly Roll Lipschitz.
Wow.
There's a guy. Yeah.
There was another famous Jelly Roll, wasn't there? He was a producer.
Was there? Yeah.
Was it beneath? No, it doesn't matter.
Here's a good one for me. The Widespread Depression Orchestra. If anything ever summed up jazz for me.
You made that up.
I have not. The Widespread Depression Orchestra, a 1970s jazz band, yeah.
Wow.
Like, honestly, who wouldn't want to go to these gigs? Have you heard the lineup tonight? Pooper Scooper Thompson and the Widespread Depression Orchestra. What a night it's going to be. What a celebrate. What a fun day that's going to be.
Oh, wow.
I hope Squeaky Pete Palumbo turns up because he's a cracker as well, you know. And Galapagos Duck, which is a really strange... He's an Australian, of course Australian, coming up name.
Called Galapagos Duck.
Galapagos Duck, yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
An Australian jazz artist. You just know he's going to sound like...
Yeah.
It's brilliant. It's just a strange
I
world.
wasn't quite prepared for that, I have to confess.
Yeah.
That level of... I didn't think that... I knew they did the kind of... The nickname thing.
Yeah.
You know.
But these are the levels of them. It's pretty extreme. And it's to distract you from what they're playing, obviously.
Right.
Isn't it? It's like, what in the name of God is that noise? That's the Widespread Depression Orchestra. They're going, it's not really... What? That's not what they're really called. All of a sudden, you're not talking about the music anymore, really, are you?
Yeah.
You go, why is he doing that with a violin? Well, not a violin. What do they be doing?
A violin. What sort of jazz clubs do you go to?
Well, you could use anything. You're just throwing the instruments down the stairs anyway. You know, you're not actually trying to play them or anything.
Somebody say Declan's been on to say would Tony Bennett be classed as jazz? Because I saw him in Vicar Street years ago. And it was brilliant. Probably the best I've ever seen. Tony Bennett, that's more kind of crooner, though, is it?
It is a bit,
that's
isn't it? Yeah.
Crooner than jazz or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know if that counts. Yes, El Sausage Finger Smith, was he there with him that night? I heard he was fantastic. Don't get me started on Tricky Bones McGinty O'Leary. Ireland.
GloryDaze. It's the very best of Morning Glory with PJ and Jim on Radio Nova.
With Apple Green, helping you enjoy a better journey. Now offering hundreds of M&S food favourites on the go.
As you know, I'm often on the receiving end of just completely undeserved abuse.
I don't know about that.
And general ridicule.
I don't know about that.
At the hands of the great PJ Gallagher. And many's the time, just because I favour, a gadget that might sort of make my life a little bit easier, I'm somehow ridiculed for it.
Well, all I'm saying is, on December 6th, if anybody could tell me where Jim McCabe was, he says he has an alibi. I just don't really believe it.
December 6th, you say?
Yes. I believe he was in Leicester with his other half.
I've never been to Leicester, so I vehemently deny that.
Sounds exactly like anyone who's ever been to Leicester. It's exactly what they would say. But a man was jailed after a booze-fueled rampage through Leicester. So he went out for a couple of drinks with his partner. So he did. And then he had a few drinks. That turned into one too many, as it can happen, Know the one that's one too many? We've often had 4 or 5 of them.
Always drink responsibly.
And then his partner told him, you should go on home. You're not looking great, Well, she stayed for a couple of jars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And none of this so far sounds like me at all.
No, but here we're getting to it now.
Okay.
So he got bored on the way home, thought it was long. So he decided, I'm going to try and rob a car, he says, on my way home.
What?
Yeah. And then...
Certainly not me.
And then he broke into a house to see if he could get the keys for the car outside. When he saw a cordless Dyson Hoover vacuum cleaner in the house. And he said, well, hold on a minute. This is like... He couldn't think of anything else better than this. He says, I don't need a car.
I've seen the Mona Lisa hanging on the wall.
Oh, he was like, unbelievable. So he took the Dyson Hoover and a wallet with 500 quid in it, actually, and put on the woman's bomber jacket so he could walk down. He was getting cold, obviously. And he took it over the course of the night. Then he was so excited with his vacuum cleaner, he kept walking around the local area with it. No, delighted with himself. This does sound like Jim McCabe. This is the P795 model with the adjustable heads and dog hair brushes. Doesn't sound like Jim.
It doesn't sound remotely like me at all.
Yeah, and then he entered somebody else's front garden holding the vacuum cleaner above his head, and he's seen...
Like a trophy.
Like a trophy, and it's on someone's Ring camera. They have the Ring camera doorbell footage where he sticks his tongue out and he tells an Alsatian to F off.
Well, there you go. Further proof it couldn't be me. I'd never use foul and abusive language to a dog. I'd certainly never say that to a poor, unfortunate dog.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Anyway, he was found lying in a bush, and the vacuum cleaner was recovered and all that. Also, the woman says she still has emotional damage after her vacuum cleaner going missing.
Right. So she wasn't worried about him stealing her jacket or 500 quid. She was emotionally damaged by the fact that he'd stolen her Dyson. You see, you do get a little bit attached to it.
You do, and it's obviously considered...
Even though it's cordless, weirdly. But you still do.
It's
an emotional attachment.
It's an emotional attachment.
It's an emotional cord.
Very valuable. Should it cost about 25 grand? And it's quite a serious crime to steal someone's Dyson, because he's got 876 days imprisonment. What a weird sentence that is.
Maybe that's how long it takes to hoover the prison.
Maybe that's it, yeah. When you're finished.
When he's doing hard labour. When you've hoovered this place now, top to toe, you can go home.
Maybe they said that you have 876 charges of the hoover. And when that's done, you can go home.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going, whoa, no way, yeah. Yeah, so there you go.
It is. Obviously, the man was very, 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 very drunk. Very drunk.
Very
always
drunk,
drink responsibly. Yeah. Because in fairness, whatever.
I doubt it's his first
500 quid and a jacket. Easy to carry. Obviously, you're cold, serving a purpose.
Thrown it on
500 quid, cash is cash, whatever.
Yeah.
Carrying around a Dyson Hoover,
holding it like a trophy, while telling animals to F off. It's like, I can clean up any floor with this.
Cordless or not, is a sort of, it's bulky enough, and it's,
you know what
I mean?
Yeah,
it's
an
unusual choice of stealing, is all I'm saying.
Well, says you, as if that's not the first thing you do as a burglar. People would be rifling, people would be taking off the TVs. If you were in a burglar gang, not that you ever would be, but you'd be useless in a burglar gang. People pulling the TVs, going through the, all the drawers.
As they pulled it off the wall, I'd be going around with the Hoover going, I'll just clean up that little bit of mess. Bit of plaster's falling there. You pulled it off the wall.
Look, they're not using it. Look, that's the wrong head for that. You'd be adjusting it and doing waking everyone up with the Hoover on.
Yeah, waking them up deliberately to go, when was the last time you cleaned the filter on this?
Yeah, you should be ashamed of yourself. You don't know how good you have it.
You don't deserve to own one of these.
The police would be outside with their megaphone. Come on out with your hands up. You'd be like, give me 20 minutes. I just want to do the upstairs bedrooms.
You've been listening to Glory Days, the best of Radio Nova's Morning Glory with PJ and Jim. Catch the show live weekdays 6 to 10 on FM, online at nova.ie, or on the Nova app.